Just transferring some cleaned wheat out of the one we cleaned into, back into the tandem. This has got the auger on. This is the one we drill out of. We put starter in the pup. We don't have the auger on it yet. Them old conveyors are the cat's meow. Should be loaded a little off center. It'll be all right. Some of the dumb things we do. Bob's over there got it stuck over there, wouldn't pull it. Don't look like Brent's is gonna pull it. He got lots of horsepower, but he ain't got enough weight. I guess I need to go get my Polaris Ranger. He's just tearing the yard up now. In his defense, it does have 8 ton of feed on it. Tore up the yard a little. We're good. Just moving more wheat. I put it out of the pup trailer into that, thinking we could clean out of that. Never have, and it won't work. So, we'll put it on Goldilocks and clean it out of it. Friday, September 27th, and I'm about done cleaning wheat. We got that truck left. When that one's empty, we're done with our wheat. We've got, we'll be short seed wheat. We cleaned a little over 1,000 bushel of our own. And then we bought some for the home place here, and we'll have to buy enough for another, probably close to 100 acres yet. So anyway, that's where we're at. Just about done with it. Talk to you guys later. Just moving the tanker around with the dolly and a pickup. Put it up here. We got a semi-load of fertilizer coming in today, I think. Saturday. Sunday morning, getting ready to go do spraying. This hub's the one that was warm, or semi-hung. Just pulled the plug last night and drained it. We're gonna put oil in it, see if we can get to moving. Well, we got both rear hubs changed, oil in them, so the front ones were cool the other day. Not that we're not going to get them changed. We're not going to do it this morning. We need to get moving. We do have enough fertilizer on the tender for the quarter we're going to. I think it's 134 acres. Fertilizer they thought would be here yesterday, Saturday, but it didn't show. So I'm sure we'll get it tomorrow. But we'll spray this 134, and then everything else is pretty close to the house. I think we've got a short quarter, a long quarter, and 55 acres after this. So anyway, we're close. We'll get it done. Monday morning, September 30th, guys. Got up early, 4 o'clock. I went to put my tractor out of the way because we hopefully have that fertilizer coming, my big 4-wheel drive. Those 70 series, if you have a low tank of fuel, seems like they bleed back. Well, I started it and didn't give it any throttle. Ran about 10 seconds and died. So that was a 30-minute process to prime that system. Got it up and running. This drill is lifting. This is my Great Plains. It's lifting the center before it tightens these arms. It's supposed to tighten these arms and then lift these mainframe cylinders, so the whole drill comes up in one deal. Right now, it's trying to lift the center tires, and then the wings sag a little, and then, so anyway, I bought a cartridge for this thing. I put it in, still didn't fix it. So it's got to be that cylinder bypassing the piston, I think. That's the only thing I can come up with. So anyway, I'm pulling it apart. Bob's doing some hauling this morning. We got some spraying. Oh, yesterday was a bear. It's Sunday. And we all know, probably ought not be working on Sundays. Seems like it bites us every time. We'd learn. Should learn. Anyway, we took semi and sprayer down to a quarter southeast of Wellington. Got down there, loaded sprayer, no problem. Bob kicks pump on. Those little drain plugs in the side of that pump, blew one of them clear out. It's rotted the threads off. So we went to town, got some Magnasteel, had a new plug with us. This is not the first time it's happened. Screwed it in, threads weren't good, not much there. Put Magnasteel on it. We've done that before and it's held. Not that plug, but the plug on the pump on the other side. It's still there, still held. So anyway, did that, left it 4 hours, went back, still leaking. Till Bob take her to the house. About a 30-minute drive with the sprayer, but now it's loaded, so we had to run it home loaded. Ran it home, I put that plug in and tacked it. It's not leaking now. So as soon as Bob gets done hauling, we're gonna slip down, spray that quarter. It's all the fertilizer we have. They should have some more by then. But anyway, back to this project. I'm just gonna knock this off. I hope to leave the cylinder there. I've taken all the lines off, so I guess I could pull it. It's not a big deal. We'll see. Gonna be a lot of fluid in there. On the back side, I don't know. I'll see what, I may just pull it off. All right, got her back in the shop. Got it torn apart. It seals pretty chewed. That's the only thing I can think is that that's bypassing some. That's what we're gonna go with. Anyway, I'll get parts, get her back together. Just left Buddy's shop. Got everything I need to rebuild that. And he's got a hydraulic shop. I stood up at his wedding a lot of years ago. Great guy. So anyway, I got stuff for the Great Plains. The cylinder that I'll use for a, what do you call it? My pick for my video. The one on YouTube that you see. You're on a blank, fellas. Anyway, that cylinder's one that he had in his shop. He was working on there. I told him, I said, man, that's big. He said it was for metal shear. He said that's half the size of the one he had in there last week. So anyway, just gonna explain what the picture was. That's the cylinder he's working on. Spraying. Do a little washing off. So we had fertilizer on it, and we don't like to leave fertilizer on it, so we just blew it off a little bit. I usually use my fire nozzle, but I left it at the house, so we had to use a little one. Done with that quarter. Tearing Bob's drill apart this morning. That's the roller that goes in here. It didn't roll for some time. And then these rollers here, the big ones, look like they're worn. So anyway, we started out putting these bushings in right here. And then Bob had to look at things and found we had more work than we thought. We keep digging deeper and finding more stuff. We knew this was flat. We knew this was worn, but we didn't realize that was wore through. That's just grease. It's gone. No big deal. We'll fix her. We put this all back together here so we could move the drill. You can see those are a little worn. Bob had to order them. Bushings for the center and bushings and rollers for the outside. We got that one done. We need one small bushing. The rest of this is all done. These have been replaced. I'm gonna tighten wheel bearings, and whoever put these in, they thought they were gonna tighten the axle, but the axles are still walking around. So we think we have it figured out. I think we can roll that roller out of the back, shim it to one side. Put shims in that, and I think that'll tighten it up. We've been all over today. We worked on that drill. We got the wheels, hubs tightened, bearings packed. Got some stuff done on it. I'm loading liquid fertilizer, 28% out of here onto the tender. I already loaded it with water. That way if the wind's down in the morning, we can get a quarter or two sprayed. This thing, we jumped from the drill to this. We broke a fan belt. No big deal, right? Well, we found out the alternator was locked up. That's why the fan belt broke. No big deal. Went and got an alternator, fan belt. To get the fan belt around the crankshaft, you have to pull off the hydraulic pump. So, we got a mess. Then the belt we got was the wrong belt. So Bob went to get a belt this evening, another one. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get it thrown back on the alternator, button up the hydraulic, and put it back together. Got a little helper this evening. So anyway, sitting at a pretty good angle here. About to get that tank filled, fill this tank, and I'm gonna call it an evening. Later, guys.